God has already gone before you, clearing obstacles you didn't even know were there. You're about to walk into a season where things begin to align effortlessly, where the pieces that never made sense suddenly fall into place. But before you step into your new beginning, God is asking something of you: obedience. You must trust his direction even when it doesn't make sense. You must move. When he says move, even if the path looks uncertain, God will not reveal every step at once. He will guide you step by step, moment by moment, through faith. Your breakthrough will not come by sight. It will come by trust. The key to unlocking your next season lies in your willingness to follow even when you don't understand. There are moments when God will close a door you begged him to open. There are times when he will silence voices you thought you needed. Do not mourn what he removed. God never subtracts without the intention to multiply. What leaves your life makes room for what is meant to enter. Sometimes the blessing is not in what he gives, but in what he takes away. Trust that every loss was divine redirection. The same God who took you through the storm is the one who will lead you into the sunrise. Some of you are still haunted by the mistakes of your past. You keep replaying what went wrong, what could have been, and what you should have done differently. But hear this truth: God is not holding your past against you. He is calling you into a new beginning. Stop allowing old guilt to block your new growth. God is not finished with you. He is not limited by your failures or defined by your regrets. What matters now is that you rise, stand tall again, walk forward again, because your new chapter begins the moment you decide to believe that God can make all things new. When God plans a new beginning, he often dismantles the old structure. That's why you felt things falling apart. It wasn't the end, it was the transition. The same way the seed must break before the plant can grow. You had to be broken open for something greater to emerge. You prayed for change, and God answered by shaking everything that was unstable. It wasn't cruelty, it was mercy, because God will never allow you to stay comfortable in a place that no longer aligns with your destiny. And now the season of shaking is ending. The winds of renewal are blowing. You are stepping into the chapter you once prayed for. Even if it doesn't look like what you expected, God's blessings don't always come wrapped in comfort. They come wrapped in transformation. You may not see the full beauty yet, but you will. Every trial, every tear, every lonely night will make sense, because God is not a God of unfinished stories. What he begins, he completes. What he promises, he performs. Right now, the world around you may seem filled with noise and confusion, but that's exactly when God does his greatest work. When everything seems uncertain, God is often the most active. He is whispering, "Do not fear. I am doing a new thing." The noise of the world cannot silence the voice of destiny. You must quiet your spirit and listen. There's a divine rhythm unfolding in your life. And if you stay anchored in faith, you will move in perfect timing with it. This new beginning will not resemble the past. You will not have to strive the same way you once did. You will not have to chase what is already yours. God's favor will go before you. Opportunities will find you. Doors will open without force. You will realize that what once took struggle will now flow with ease. That is the difference between a human-made plan and a God-ordained one. When God is in it, it comes together naturally. When God designs it, it cannot fail. You may wonder why now. Why after so much waiting? Because the waiting made you wise. The delay strengthened your discernment. You are no longer who you once were. You are ready now. God could not release certain blessings when you were still learning the lessons. Even if you don't feel ready, trust that God has made you ready. Even if you don't see the full picture, trust that God has already drawn it. You don't have the plan to believe in the planner. All he asks is that you take the first step. When you do, he will reveal the next. Each act of obedience creates momentum. Each moment of faith draws you closer to the fulfillment of what he has promised. God's new beginning for your life is not just about success or comfort. It's about purpose. He's positioning you to be a light, to bring hope, to reflect his strength in a world that's losing faith. Your journey was never just about you. The same pain that broke you will now be the story that heals others. The same mountains you climbed will become testimonies that lift those who are still struggling. That is why your new beginning matters. It's not just restoration, it's assignment. So rise with courage, stand with confidence. The old chapter's closed, the page is turned, and the author of your story is writing something new. This is your time to step into divine renewal, to walk with unwavering faith, to trust that the best is yet to come. God has planned a new beginning. Get ready because it's already in. When God begins a new chapter in your life, He often starts by clearing away what no longer fits. It's not always comfortable, and it's rarely predictable. But understand, this divine order often looks like disorder before it unfolds into destiny. God shakes what must be shaken so that what is unshakable can stand. The very things you thought you needed are sometimes the very things God removes because they cannot breathe in the atmosphere He's preparing for you. Every ending carries a whisper of divine renewal if you have the faith to hear it. Some of you have been praying for change, yet resisting the very shift that will bring it. You say, God, make a way. And when the way opens, it doesn't look familiar. So you hesitate, but faith is not comfort. Faith is courage. God doesn't show you the whole staircase, only the next step. And if you don't take it, you'll stay where you are, watching others move forward, while you remain where fear kept you. This is not the time to hesitate. The ground beneath you is holy, and the moment before you is sacred. God is saying, move now, for I have gone ahead of you. God's new beginnings are not small shifts, they are transformations. He does not simply rearrange what was broken. He makes it altogether new. You may think your life is defined by what you've lost, but God defines it by what's about to emerge. The seed that falls into the ground looks buried, but it's not dead. It's being reborn. You thought you were in a season of endings, but you were actually in a season of germination. And now the soil of your struggle is cracking open with divine purpose. God has not forgotten what He planted in you. The roots of your destiny have been growing in the dark, preparing to break through the surface. When God is about to start something new, He often allows you to outgrow your current surroundings. You begin to feel unsettled, discontent, or even misplaced. That's not confusion, and it's spiritual growth. God is enlarging your capacity for what's next. He's stretching your faith, deepening your trust, and testing your obedience. If you stay faithful through the discomfort, you will witness the beauty of divine expansion. What once intimidated you will soon feel like second nature because God equips you for every stage of your call. Every new beginning requires faith strong enough to let go of what was. Too often people hold on to the past because it's familiar. They cling to what once worked, forgetting that the same God who blessed them before is capable of blessing them again, this time even greater. You cannot carry yesterday's mindset into tomorrow's miracle. God is doing something fresh, something that requires your full attention and trust. He wants your testimony to become a torch for others walking through their own valleys. That's the mark of divine purpose. Your story becomes someone else's strength. There are times when your new beginning won't look like progress to others. They'll see the outer changes, but won't perceive the inner transformation. They'll question your steps, misunderstand your silence, and misread your faith. Do not be discouraged. God did not consult them when He chose you. The evidence of His plan will unfold in His time, not theirs. You're accountable only to the one who called you. Let them doubt. God will vindicate. Let them question. God will confirm. Your only task is to stay faithful as you move forward. Expect challenges. Every divine elevation comes with resistance. But the same hand that opens the door will sustain you through it. God never called you to something without equipping you for it. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to deepen your reliance on Him. Every setback becomes a stage for His power to be revealed. When you face opposition, don't see it as proof of failure. See it as evidence of progress. The storm only forms around those who carry potential. God is preparing to reveal what has been hidden in you. You have carried potential quietly, and now it's time for manifestation. The world may not have seen your preparation, but God did. The prayers you whispered in secret, the discipline no one applauded, the faithfulness when no one noticed, all of it has been seen and recorded by the one who rewards in due season. And now the due season is drawing near. When it comes, it will not be subtle. It will be undeniable that God's favor has marked your life. This is the moment to align your life with what you've been praying. For you cannot ask God for a new beginning and keep living by old patterns. You must create space for what's coming. Clean your environment physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Distance yourself from voices that drain your faith. Guard your peace like treasure. What God is about to release into your life deserves a clean atmosphere, free from doubt, free from negativity, free from distraction. The harvest is too precious to plant among thorns. And when the new beginning unfolds, do not forget the process that shaped you. Gratitude keeps you grounded. The same God who lifted you can sustain you if you remember where you came from. Remain humble in success, steadfast in purpose, and grateful in every moment. Because gratitude multiplies what it touches. The more you thank God for what He has done, the more He entrusts you with what He plans to do. In this new beginning, peace will replace panic. Clarity will replace confusion. Joy will replace heaviness. You will find yourself walking lighter, thinking clearer, and standing taller. Because when God breathes on your life, everything aligns with His rhythm. Doors open naturally. People appear who speak life instead of doubt. Opportunities meet you halfway. You stop chasing and start attracting because divine order is now in motion. Do not underestimate what God can do suddenly. Change does not always come gradually. Sometimes it arrives in a moment. One decision, one encounter, one opportunity can shift everything. God can turn the tide in an instant. The same way night becomes morning without effort. Your situation can shift overnight. So stay ready. Keep your heart expectant. Because when God decides it's time, nothing can delay His command. This is the dawn of something new. You have endured the night and the light is breaking. You are stepping into territory you once only dreamed of. You are walking into promises that once felt far away. You are entering a season that carries divine purpose, divine timing, and divine peace. God has planned this moment, and every second of your life until now has been leading to it. So stand firm, lift your head. The past no longer holds you. The pain no longer defines you. The fear no longer controls you.